We're talking about podcast. We're talking about Normal Everyday Podcast. I forgot what the word was.
Blorble.
Blorble.
You know, just another blorble day.
I do think I was going to say itty bitty and then had to like, so, you know. Look, I'm not perfect. And I think that the whole point of this podcast is so that you know that. So that you know I'm not perfect.
It's because we had that reputation as guys. We had that reputation of like, they're perfect.
These are perfect guys, no flaws.
For at least an hour every week. We got to make at least some mistakes sometimes. We may as well record.
This is currently what, 564 and 0, you know? Like do blow it or something.
Come on.
What's the opposite of a pond? Because whatever the opposite of what Narcissus got stuck looking at for a long time, that's what this podcast is. This is a divot,
a dirt
crevasse,
yeah,
a dirt
something
pile.
like that.
Yeah, this is our pile of dirt that we stare at to not fall in love with ourselves.
What is the opposite of a pond?
I think it's a dirt pile.
It's a great question.
I think he's right.
I'm going to check with
pile
Google.
Of dirt?
Keep doing your job.
Maybe like a
I'm
glacier.
Doge.
I didn't say who I was. I'm Jordan. How are you?
Well, there's my one mistake. It's a good thing we were recording.
Oh, you got it out of the way early.
I'm Doge, and I Googled most powerful knock-knock joke of all time. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
I eat map.
Oh, come on.
I eat Matt Poo. What's the punchline?
What's the punchline?
Go ahead.
It says, "Oh God, man, that's disgusting."
That's the most powerful?
Mm.
I think it's...
That was me shrugging.
I think
you can't
interrupting
see that if you're
cow
listening.
has to be more powerful than that.
What is a actually funny knock-knock joke? Oh, this is on the Ask UK subreddit. So what's that actually funny knock-knock joke? Don't think I've ever come across a funny knock-knock joke. Happy for you to prove me wrong.
Head for you.
Well, what is it? Hold on. I want to know what the actual funny knock-knock joke is.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman.
An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman
who?
An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman walk into the wrong structure of joke. The barman says, "You shouldn't be in here." The Scotsman says, "Well, we did knock."
Okay.
That's a thinker. It's a thinker.
That's pretty funny.
So weirdly like, it feels almost more German than British with how it's like, yes, that is funny.
Well, we did knock.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I got one. Here, this is good.
Okay.
Okay,
knock, knock.
who's there?
Brittany.
Brittany who?
Brittany who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Oops, I did it again.
All right, that's pretty
Okay, that's funny.
That's good. Okay,
That's
now we
funny.
can move on.
I actually like that one.
That's funny. I'm Carter.
Who?
And I'm Carter.
Yeah.
And that's just it, man. I got nothing else. It's a Blorble Everyday podcast right now.
Blorble Everyday Podcast.
We just three totally global guys.
Maybe I just keep the same quote that I tried to do last time, and that's my intro all the time now. Trying to make a name for myself. Shit, I'm coming down. Trying to make a name for myself. Over $1 billion, by the way. Congratulations, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, good job.
Congratulations. It's just Deadpool and Inside Out 2 in that Billy Club this year, right?
Yep. I bet we get another one or two. There seems to be big things as well on the way.
What do you think it'll be?
The Billy Club is powerful.
That's good, yeah?
Yeah, because it's an actual thing, too.
That's really good.
It's so good.
It's good. I didn't even realize that until now, but I'm going to say it was intentional.
I think Wicked probably will.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think.
Do you not think people are kind of done with musical? I feel like general. No way.
People
dude.
would be. People would be if it wasn't Ariana. I think people are excited about Ariana Grande
and Cynthia Erivo and Jeff.
And Cynthia Erivo. Oh yeah, he's the
I'm
one
going for Jeff.
Yeah, I'm definitely there for Jeff.
Jeffaba.
Yeah, I think it's a bold choice to make Jeff Goldblum Elphaba in the Wicked musical, but I'm here for it.
I think defying gravity. I think two also that big. That was so good. I was trying to think how to do that. Gladiator 2. I do think Gladiator 2 could even if it's like our version of a Rent. There's too much hotness. Like there's too much.
I think so.
Good actor up in this.
I'll tell you what, I would
piece.
take a rent from Gladiator 2. If Gladiator 2
I'm
gets
hoping
a rent,
for. I'm
then I'm
hoping
happy.
for such a big Ridley Scott fan. I'm so terrified. He's so bad at these and so good at these.
Pedro doesn't miss recently.
Yeah.
I would say his presence is reassuring.
Neither does Paul Mescal or Joey
True.
Quinn. So, gang's all here.
Gang's all here. Inside Out 2, the highest grossing animated film of all time,
Mm-hmm.
features a cast of emotions, and we have input their names onto the Wheel of Cinemotion today. We'll spin the Wheel of Cinemotion. Whatever emotion it lands on, we will then, according to the bylaws of this podcast and the signatures that you provided me when you signed on to record this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
you do have to talk about the last movie that made you feel that emotion.
Great.
I'll accept a TV show as well, because what are TV shows if not movies for home?
Exactly. Home movies, they say. Also known as TV shows.
The wheel has landed on disgust.
Okay.
It's lame because we're all going to have the same answer for this.
We are.
No, I didn't think of it.
All right.
I don't think so.
Go first. Then
I got to remember what the name of it is. I don't feel like that's the energy that I was attempting to bring, but
oh yeah, go first. If you're so confident, start talking. Stop talking about how you're going to talk. Start talking right now.
Talk to how you
Of
talk.
what you're going to start talking of what you're going to say right now.
oh, I can't remember what the name of the movie is. Hold on. I have to look it up.
Like we did it for the podcast?
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be one we did for the podcast.
Why are you telling me how to do this?
I'm saying it doesn't have to be one we did for the podcast.
I never said it did. Mine is.
Go then.
I was looking up the name of it. It's called Raw, and it's disgusting, and we all know this.
Oh.
Made me want to vom.
He's so confident. He's so confident, and yet he refuses to tell us what the movie's called.
He did.
Sometimes the greatest challenges that friendship puts you through is how bad you want to stop being friends with somebody.
That's it.
That's
the
the last
decision
time
to continue.
I felt
That's the
disgust.
hardest.
Yep. Yeah,
That
it.
was
Raw.
so disgusting.
Raw
That's a
is
yucky
disgusting.
movie.
I don't.
That was
I'm
a
still.
yucky movie.
I'm still trying to recover from how an innocuous comment that I made turned into everything that the last 3 minutes became. But Raw is my answer to the prompt that I was
Raw's
given.
a yucky movie.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And it's
so
okay.
gross.
It's okay if you want to say you feel disgusted by the way that the tone of our conversation. On
Yeah,
this podcast.
it's
Twas
off.
twas
That's valid too.
it was a French. It was during Chunktober. It was a. It brought new meaning to the chunk in Chunktober.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting.
It was a French. We did foreign horror. It was a French horror movie about a body horror movie about cannibalism.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
it involved some scenes that were it's not even like the
Unforgettable.
gore that it was just more like conceptually challenging the scenes
Yeah, dude.
themselves. And it was like
Yeah, dude.
not good to watch. Yeah, I think I would much rather watch like horror style slasher gore than that. It was
Yeah.
really gross and I hated
I
it.
think there is a kind of playful, kind of funny disgust of the, like, you imagine like a herd of your good buddies just being like, oh no,
Yeah,
dude, no. I just watched a movie called Everybody Wants Some. This movie has Zoe Deutsch. It has Glenn Powell, who would later be in a wonderful movie called Set It Up, in which they are each other's meet cute.
I've seen
and-
this
and
one.
high levels of charisma. But Everybody Wants Some is just, it's the same guy. He was a producer for Dazed and Confused. And he's done some other rom-com-ish type flicks like this. But it's just about this kiddo that's going to college in some really unnamed Texas university, like fictional university in 1980, and is on the baseball team. And so it's kind of like Animal House a little bit too. It's getting to know all these. Really, it's more about knowing the camaraderie of like getting to know these baseball boys and the awkwardness that comes with that. And some of the disgust there was things that reminded me of stupid things boys would do. And one of the things that they do during the movie, I'll give you 2 examples of my disgust. One of them was playing like bloody knuckles or something to the extent of that, to where in this case, they would just, I had done it before to where you would put your fist down as if you were punching a table and you would launch change at each other's knuckles until someone gives up.
Yeah.
This one was these boys were just sitting across from each other and you could just punch. You could just like whack. You could just whack a knuckle with yours. And they kept going back and forth. And they did like an extended scene of one of these dude. He's just not giving out. He's just completely not giving out. And his knuckle is all like bulbous and bloody.
It's the games like that where it's like, that's a real thing people do. And you look at that and it's like, we're just like bald, smart monkeys, huh? It's just like, that's a monkey thing. That's not a human thing. That's a monkey thing.
The next one, and this is a spoiler for if you haven't seen the movie, but it's not. The great thing about Everybody Wants Some is this movie really has no stakes. There's not some big villain. It's just like Sandlot has more stakes than this movie. You're just watching these people in the like 3 to 4 days before college starts, and just what are they getting into? You know, the parties, the practices, the times at the dorm, all that kind of stuff. And so their first practice of the season, they walk in and Glenn Powell and a buddy of his who's like on the ground, they're doing this like test. Like if you've ever done the thing before to where like most men can't like do a 90-degree angle, put your head on the wall,
with
like
the chair,
bend completely over and pick up the chair and stand up kind of thing because of our center of gravity. They're doing something like that. And so they're working together here. And he's got a thumb on this guy's sternum that's laying down, just completely laying down. And they're like, there's something to where you could put a certain amount of force right here that you can't get up. Like you can't, like you kind of go stiff and you can't move your upper body. And they're like showing him, he's like, that's crazy. And so our main character lays down to do it. And they said, but the whole process is you've got to close your eyes. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I have an idea of to where this is going. But you're laying down on your back, close your eyes, and you can't stand up. And another guy just drops trowel.
Oh, they did the heavyweight thing to him.
Yeah, puts his behind right there so that he like stands up, and it was like disgust, you know.
His behind?
You can kind of put yourself there. His booty.
Oh,
he's a doctor now. He has to use the like official medical terminology.
Yeah.
Bend over. I need to see your behind.
Your behind? I need to see your behind now. Thank you, Dr. Willis. Happy 40th, by the way. You just hear the gloves.
I am going to need to see your booty.
I need to see your booty so I can see the prostate. Thank you. Checking on it.
Prostate away.
We just, moments before we started recording.
Oh, Carter, sorry, were you done with what was going to happen? Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that.
It was like, there is obviously like the, oh my God, she's eating her sister's body kind of thing. And then there's like the, oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
Sure.
Yeah.
We, moments before we pushed record on this episode of Two Chunks and a Hunk, Jess and I finished up season 1 of True Detective.
Very good show.
That was her first time watching it. It's probably maybe my third time, I think, watching season 1. I had forgotten how extremely good that season of True Detective is. Like, the scripts are phenomenal, but there are some truly disgusting acts of violence in that first season as they're tracking this nasty, nasty serial killer boy.
Oh, so nasty.
Pretty
My family
yucky.
Part for a long time. I'm about to make a name for myself.
It became, and I do not want to start any big fights. By the time we finished watching the season of True Detective, I realized that it acted as a bit of a palate cleanser after Longlegs for me, in terms of like scary, like supernatural leaning detective story, because I did not care for Longlegs.
Carter, did we not talk about this?
Very good.
We both saw Longlegs, and we both separately hated it.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well. I think I was in. I had probably had it at a buy, but I would put it down to like a stream, to be honest. But which still is probably liking it more than you did.
Yeah, I would forget it for sure. I would save your money.
It's just
I don't
disturbing.
Think it's worth even seeing.
You know, it feels like it's good for your spiritual self to not even act like you like it. You know, it's like in case someone's listening. Like,
oh,
be
dude,
safe.
I didn't even think it. I didn't even think it got I didn't even think it tiptoed close enough to like messing with me on a psychological level or anything. Like I feel like it was just like dumb.
It's pretty blatant. Yeah.
I think
I liked it.
The look of it is somebody's handed you a chocolate covered candy, what you expect to be chocolate covered candy, and it's a chocolate covered rock. And like the chocolate's pretty okay, but like there's really nothing to it. Like I think like visually, its cinematography is great, soundtrack is great. The lead performance from our lead actor, she's phenomenal. And then that's all the chocolate, and you're left with just kind of a salty rock that's like, oh, I don't actually think this is candy.
Sure. That's fine. I don't think it's going to be talked about as much as it is in the frame that it was right now.
No.
I think people long for something like that again. Honestly, that's the first thing. They long for legs. And I think that's the first movie that I can remember since we have been recording this podcast. So that would mean many years, even comparing itself to Silence of the Lambs, which was so strange. And that's
decision.
That's what got me in the seat. But I was like, it's definitely not this.
No.
At all. But
no.
How'd you feel about Nick Cage?
I don't know, dude. I was describing him maybe to y'all the other day as like a D100. Like you just kind of roll and there's 100 different chances at something completely different. I don't know, dude. I think he tried too hard. I think he wanted to be the next scary, scary boy. When to me, some of the scariest ones don't try hard or talk hardly at all. I think of is it the Thin Man? Who's the Pan's Labyrinth thing? Like that's the thing
the Pale Man, I think.
Pale Man. Yeah. That's going to give generations of my family nightmares. Like people who don't exist yet are going to inherit the fear that I have for stuff like that. And it's not hard. Like the thing that this thing is what made me think of like when he was doing the like peekaboo.
Yeah.
I think our initial introduction to him and him talking about his long legs and why he had to bend down to see the kid, that was scary. Like
that's a jump scare.
Right. I'm just saying like that had me fooled at the beginning. I was like, oh, he's going to be great.
It lost me immediately in the car with the song.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was just like,
he felt like it felt like a biopic about maybe Siegfried or Roy at one point. And I was like, I
don't know about that.
Don't know about
that. He just looks like John Voight put on a bunch of sunscreen.
Yeah. John Voight.
Oh man, that's good. That's good. Thanks for the wheel.
It's the wheel.
Yeah.
It keeps on the wheel keeps on turning. You know, even when we're not spinning it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the last emotion we did for the wheel. I don't know if we've got like a record of what the last one we landed on was or anything.
I don't remember.
But I feel like the potential for it to just make us be like, oh yeah, I hate that thing. It's like right there. For it to be like, what's the last time you felt dismissive? It's like, I can tell you.
Right now. When's the last time you felt happy?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's been about 08, 09 maybe.
First day of 8th grade was not bad.
That's pretty fun.
I remember I was getting my school picture and I had just gotten my braces off.
I got late braces. Did you guys ever get late braces?
Define late braces.
I got them junior
like later
year.
in life? No.
Got them on junior year.
I only had them on for a year. So I got them off right before like summer or like
I think
the
I
end
was
of my junior year. I think I got them back off or whatever. So I only had them on for like 10 months, but
I got them Christmas break of 7th grade and I got them off the summer after 9th grade.
That's a long time.
I had them from 6th grade to maybe 9th grade, 8th or 9th grade. Mine went for a long time too.
Dang, dude. Yeah. I did have just two
I'm
brackets
a snaggly boy.
on my two front buck teeth in the 3rd grade though.
Yeah, just my two front teeth. I maybe have said this on the podcast before. I had told Chelsea about how big my two front teeth were 5 years into us being married. We've been married for almost 10 now. And there was a couple days that I was like, maybe I've done a bad thing for our marriage in general, because she kept staring at my mouth and she's like, wow, they're so big. And I was like, yeah, they're big.
She's like, please don't kiss me anymore.
I think it was a conversation around braces, because I've joked before that it took so long to just move those two. It was like, okay, this is going to be a process. You can't go any faster because the roots are like up above my eyeballs. It feels like.
Yeah, sure. It's like a
They're
bar.
big
Great.
boys.
That's a great old oak tree.
Yeah.
Great old oak tree. Your roots grow deep. Can we announce our Two Chunks Movie Club before the ads? Because I'm afraid people are going to get there and miss out. Because obviously, I'm very excited for this. We've decided to just call our shot on the Two Chunks Movie Club this month.
It's not call our shot. It's take control. We've decided to take the control out of your hands and give it to Carter.
We're taking control.
Hey, it's not called You Chunks and a Hunk. It's called Two Chunks.
Well, Carter, this one's special.
Sorry.
Carter gets to pick because this one's special.
This one's special. We're going to do Alien Romulus. I think it's going to be really scary.
It's what you would have voted on anyway, so.
For sure. I think, I've got some like unofficial list of things that make a good horror movie. And this is doing it. I think it's doing small space, like what Alien did, in terms of we don't have a really big world to navigate. I think the best thing about small space is you get to intimately know the set as if it's a character. I think we're going to get that here. We're also going to get a cast that is mostly unrecognizable, which is always so good to me. What a great flavor that is, because you don't have to guess who's the top build and who might die first kind of vibe. You know what I'm talking about? The kind of fun thing that Rian Johnson likes to do with his mystery capers, because he'll just flip it on its head and be like, well, Daniel Craig going to be dead now. Yeah. Sorry.
But it's like if everybody's A-list, then it's the same as if nobody is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. I think from what I've seen from the newest trailer is this crew is boarding the Romulus because they've heard that it's abandoned and they're trying to lift things off of this to make money. So it's just a bunch of kiddos. It's like Goonies in space. They're going for the treasure, except I don't think it's going to have the same outcome, but I'm super pumped for it.
I loved the part where that dude did the truffle shuffle. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, what if it is cool. Goonies just with a face hugger and a xenomorph too?
Okay. Fine by me.
How many minutes? Sad. How long into the movie do you think before you recognize? Like, do you think you give it more than 10 minutes before you're like, wait, this is actually just Goonies in space?
Is this the Goonies? Maybe 10 minutes.
That's an interesting question. Like, how long would it take
How much of a movie has to be the Goonies before you realize that, oh, this is just Goonies in the future or Goonies in medieval times?
Interesting.
But yeah, we're going to see Romulus. Try and come see it. You don't have to push yourself just because maybe you've hit all the Two Chunks Movie Club so far. Maybe this isn't your thing. The hope of Two Chunks Movie Club and the promise is like,
be their thing.
We're just going to do it every month. So like, you can just come next month.
Time.
Yeah, come next time.
If it's too scary, if baby needs his bottle, if you're afraid that you're going to spill your Wawa, then
I'm going to be scared. That's for sure. I will be scared.
I'll say what Carter's too afraid to say. Why would you skip just come to this?
Yeah.
Why would you skip this? I don't understand. Cover your eyes and hang out with us. What a weird decision.
This is skip this. This is like the theme park that you're like not normally that kind of person, but everybody, like your friends, like 15 to 20 of your friends are like, just once. Let's just go on the ride. It's going to be quick, in and out. Yeah. Give it a chance.
There's just no way. I've seen Alien. It's not going to be that scary. It's going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be that scary.
Some people
were afraid. The same way about like, and this is maybe a way you guys can help me understand. I feel the same way about being afraid of roller coasters as I do of like not being willing to try like a food you've never tried before.
Yeah.
Like allergy notwithstanding, obviously, but like with food, with roller coaster, worst case scenario is like, I don't really like it for 30 seconds. Yeah. I don't really like it for 2 minutes. And then it's done.
And then it's done.
I mean, I think it's a little different. I mean, I'm assuming we're taking allergy to food out, so we'll also take like heart issues out for roller coasters
100%,
too.
Yeah, like a panic thing, or 100%. Like if it's a health thing or like a mental thing,
I do think that there is
you don't have to do it.
More room for a roller coaster to go disastrously wrong than trying a new food. I do both.
Sure. Then like I don't like black beans.
Right. Yeah. I do both of these things.
It is different.
I'm just saying I do think there is a significantly larger chance that something catastrophic happens with a roller coaster.
You
then
just shoot straight off the
go
end of the
to
Mr.
moon,
Freeze like I
yeah.
used to do to people in Roller Coaster Tycoon.
for sure.
What killed the dinosaurs? That's like the last thing that you hear.
A roller
Just launch
coaster.
off. A roller coaster. It does feel like, I think the reason people are disgusted and a bit squirmy is it does seem like it is heavy on face hugger
Sure.
on this bad boy.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Which is-
you shouldn't be
I
uncomfortable
think-
or grossed out. I'm
I
saying
think
come
outside of
anyway.
outside of the many iterations of the thing, maybe the scariest organic prop
Yes.
of all time.
Sure.
Like the face hugger
Chest-
is
Are we
Yeah.
combining Facehugger and Chest Burster?
yes, it is too
Yeah.
it is too smart of an idea.
Yes.
That's what makes it so scary. It makes too much sense to me. No, thank you.
Man, I'm excited about this movie.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Let's go to shout announcements. Give me shout announcements and free my soul. I want my friends to know what's coming up.
Thank you, Elmo from Sesame Street.
Welcome to Shout Announcements. It's the part of the show where we give shout outs and make announcements. And this one's on us. You can take a
We
seat.
got you covered.
We got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we got it. We
Take a
got
load
it.
off.
You don't have to worry.
You're working so
We'll
hard.
podcast for this part.
Hey,
Come on in.
if you've been listening to us at
Shout
all,
out to Alamo Draft House. That's going to be our shout out, I think. Our shout out of the shout part of the shout announcements shall be to Alamo Draft House, reopening soon. And we're so excited to be back.
So pumped.
And that's it for me.
oh, can
Now
I
back to you in the studio.
can I go now?
Uh-huh.
Oof.
He's still mad about the wheel, Carter.
Yeah, he's pretty
What did he-
upset about it.
Hey Doc, what's your diagnosis on this boy over here?
Big pissed.
He angry.
He angry.
If you've been listening to us for any amount of time recently, you would know that we've recently launched our brand new Dungeons and Dragons actual play podcast with some of our brilliant and talented friends. And we would love for you to listen. It's called Imagine Dungeons, and you can find it whatever you're using to listen to us right now. It's also there. So go find
there too.
that. And
How exciting.
maybe most importantly, tell your friends. And also rate
Tell
it.
your friends.
If you like it, rate it. Tell your friends. Share
Episode
it.
3 tomorrow, yeah?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Episode 3 tomorrow. Guys, we as we record Two Chunks a few days ago, as this comes out, maybe closer to a week ago, we recorded the season finale
Yeah.
for season 1 of Imagine Dungeons. And I have never been so excited to show
Yeah.
people something that we have made. It is incredible. All props, all credit in the world to Gage.
Yeah, he's
He's done such a
GM,
great job.
But it is, guys, it's really good. Like I know that I'm on it. I'm one of the people who makes the show,
Dude.
but it's really good.
What a cool thing, too. And hopefully, I think another good reason to keep listening to Two Chunks outside of it being here forever and us being great people and all that good stuff is
Talented, handsome.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going
Strong,
to keep
tall.
coming up of talking about Imagine Dungeons because I'm finding myself like binding to my character in my real
big
life.
time, yeah.
And it is such a bizarre thing to listen to. It's one thing to listen to us talk about a movie. It's another thing to like listen to us create something together
Yeah.
and then re-feel certain feelings and then pick up on things that you hadn't before. Cause the party's pretty big. It's 5 and then 6 or 7 or 8 because Gage is doing a lot of wonderful things. And
Got
so
extra little guys
Yeah.
sometimes.
it's pumped.
It really is. It's special. And if you haven't listened yet, you really should. I think you'd like it, even if you don't understand or even care for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think it matters at all. It's
Nah.
really
I
fun.
hope you understand and care for us.
Aw.
Yeah, that's fine.
And if you want to talk with us directly or with other fans of our delicious work on Imagine Dungeons, you can do that in the Two Chunks Discord, where we've got an Imagine Dungeons channel ready and waiting for you, along with all kinds of other channels about music and books. A lot of Stormlight discussion going on in books pretty much at all times. We're talking about video games, movies, TV, sports, all the fun stuff. And you can find it over on Discord through our Patreon. So check that out. We would love to have you there. We got new people coming all the time. It's growing, and it's just a fun community to hang out in. So come be a part of it. Talk with us. Your friends.
We're here for you, friend.
Talk with your friends. And
your friends.
That's the end of it.
And that part of
it's
it
done.
Is the last part of it you'll hear for now until we're back in the show.
When it does it again. Oh my goodness. Tim Allen's here, and he's come to present to us Wild Hawgs.
Yay!
This is a segment of the show we've recently created called Tim Allen Presents Wild Hawgs, wherein I go trawl the depths of the internet to find the greatest invention known to man, which is custom Sonic the Hedgehog characters. The way this game works is that I will find the first one, and my two friends here will split some time guessing attributes of this hedgehog, and whoever gets it the most right, judged only by me, will get to give me another name to search and find a hedgehog.
What a wonderful power that is.
So on, so forth, etc. till ad infinitum, till the end of time. So today we have begun. We've gone where no one dares to tread. And we have found Justin the Hedgehog.
Justin.
Great.
And this one's kind of fun because I'm going to include...
that is my name.
Just because this game is kind of Calvin Ball anyway, I've decided to include the notes so you can guess attributes, personality quirks, things like that. You can guess... this is a well-rounded hedgehog, so there's lots of information.
Justin the Hedgehog's childhood dream was to be an astronaut and then a meteorologist, but he settled on wedding videographer.
Okay.
So you found it.
Okay.
If you already looked it up, I'm going to have to find a different one.
I am going to say.
Sure.
And I can be more detailed on look, because that's the name of the game.
Be as detailed on anything as you'd like, yeah.
But I do want to say, I think gamer will be said either in our description here, or we will see perhaps the denotations of a gamer. So that would mean like
hunched
maybe
back, neck too far
hunched
forward,
back,
huge pupils.
very pale. Dusty fingers from Doritos.
Yeah, orange fingers.
Or some kind of cheese puff.
Sure.
No, this Justin though, dude, I don't know how else to describe it. I'm going to say turtleneck. I'm seeing some kind of tall, I don't know. Something's covering the neck. It's a turtleneck vibe, dude. I don't get it. I don't know why it's there, but I can't just let that in one ear and out the other. I've got to be able to say.
Yeah, speak your truth.
I think we're looking at a hoodie, a zip hoodie.
Okay.
I can't decide if I think Justin the Hedgehog has the hood up or down on his hoodie. But I think Justin the Hedgehog is wearing a hoodie. And I think as I picture it, I'm trying to conceptualize Justin the Hedgehog in my mind's eye. I think he's got a chain. I think there's a chain on his pants. Like a wallet chain kind of vibe.
Chain. He's smiling.
Okay.
Half smile. I don't know if I've met a Sonic yet with a full smile.
Sure.
But I'm going to say a half smile, and maybe that's cheating to just try and get some points.
No, do you think?
Just playing it safe. Because a frown would shock me, and that'd be exciting still.
Yeah.
We're keeping gloves. We're keeping the Sonic gloves as well. White.
I think that there's a certain Bieberness about Justin the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Hair-wise?
I'm not sure if I think it's a swoop or just a general attitude. But I think let's go with Bieber hair for Justin the Hedgehog.
Okay. Anything else we want to add?
Sword, but that's it.
Sure.
Yeah, obviously they all come with a sword.
Sure. With a resounding one thing kind of right, Carter sweeps this first round of Wild Hogs. Tim Allen Presents Wild Hogs. I've sent you a link
Whoa.
To Justin the Hedgehog. And I do just want to clarify that there is a link on this page to his theme song, and it is Can't Stop the Feeling by Pharrell. If you want to take just a second to read all of this, it's really worth your time.
Yeah, I'm going
for sure. Specifically, the parents note and the final bit are my two favorites.
What a cool
weapon. He's 15.
He is 15.
By the way.
Yeah. It's too good, man.
I am very interested in the foot.
Yeah.
He's got a foot.
It's a little...
It's a Widow O' Me foot. Well, it's kind of like a gosh, bashful foot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little broken. Face isn't giving it.
It's like a broken doll foot.
Sure.
Yeah. And he has a long-range axe.
Long-range axe, yeah. I would say, Carter, I almost gave you a second point for gloves, but then you clarified white. And so you once again, you did.
No, that's what I get. That's what I get.
Why do all these guys have martial weapons?
Why wouldn't they, dude? If you could improve Sonic
because Sonic doesn't.
Sonic is bound by his creators.
But Sonic had that game. He had the King Arthur game where he had Excalibur.
What?
I don't
even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. It was on Wii.
Like you paid for it, Doge?
I didn't have a Wii until college. I only played Super Smash Brothers on it.
Don't worry.
Sonic and the Black Knight.
What?
You don't know about Sonic and the Black Knight?
No, dude.
Cover of this game kind of goes hard.
Oh, dude. He's in his... Yeah. That's what? Did they just try to do Link, basically, right?
I know. It's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. His little glaive? I mean, his glove?
His glaive? For his
He got some glaives on.
He protect his fingers?
He protect his fingers with his glaive. And he got on his shays. Glaive, shays. Glaive, shake. Shays, shake. Side, shake. Oy. I'm so excited. Can I go ahead and say the next hedgehog so that you can search for this, Jordan?
Please.
I need you on this historic day.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have experienced history, but to know that it's coming is an interesting kind of power. I would like to know about Princess Diana the Hedgehog.
Do we
Could you
want
do that?
Princess in there for sure?
Yeah.
All right, let's see
because
what we
it'll
got.
be there. Can you show me?
Dude, there's definitely a hedgehog version of Princess Diana.
Okay, we do have, here's what I'll say, a character named Princess Diana the Rabbit, which is...
It is of the Sonic world?
It is of the Sonic world.
Sonic world. Okay.
It is named Princess Diana the
I remember when we did
Rabbit.
the Sonic movies, you talked about how many different animals there are.
Yeah,
in the
there's a
Sonic
bunch.
Universe.
There's a
that
bunch
you were,
of
like,
I
excited to see.
do think that maybe... Give me just a second. Give me a second, guys. No, okay.
Okay.
I was checking something. I was wondering if this was just basically like somebody had recolored a picture of Cream the rabbit from Sonic.
Oh,
But it appears that this is just same genus.
It's another rabbit.
Same genus.
Now, Sonic, now there's two rabbits.
I do believe this is an OC, so I think we're safe to dive on into Princess Diana the rabbit.
Let me start us off. The rabbit's color is a very light lavender.
Pink.
Got it? Okay.
Pink is the color.
Okay.
And tiara. There will be a tiara here.
Okay.
And I know that I'm saying a lot of Peach things. Princess Peach things.
Sure,
but-
yeah. Mario's there.
Best friend is a tiny little mushroom guy in a
And
diaper.
Mario's there as well. Hand on hip.
Okay.
The rabbit.
Necklace. I think a
good.
necklace of pearls. And I do think white gloves.
Okay.
There will somewhere be a white rose.
Yes, I was going to say perhaps a rose as well.
Okay.
And a skateboard. I always like to throw the random thing in there.
Sure,
Sometimes
yeah.
it wins me things. But I'm going to say a skateboard. And then I'm out. I'm out after that.
Okay.
I'm not trying
I
to get
think
too crazy.
I think for accessory, a wand.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else? This is your last chances to pull
It almost
ahead.
feels like
Prominent eyelashes.
okay. It's fun because it feels like we can, we'll continue to make the rules as we go, or maybe the fact that there's no rules is what makes it so charming. But I do like the idea of starting to form like clothing, prop, expression.
It's at least a good way to sort of organize how you're building in your head. I will say once again, this time with a score of 2-1, I am going to give this one to Carter well for specifically Pink and Tiara.
Yes, sir. My first two.
Doge takes white gloves.
Wow.
Doge
Eyes
takes white
closed.
gloves. Eyes closed with sort of a tutu and ballet slippers, which I think is interesting.
Hey,
Ears,
those ears are beautiful.
Yeah.
They look like eagle wings.
It's actually a
Gorgeous.
nice looking character. They've
Like
done a good
angels.
job.
That's a pretty nice drawing. Yeah.
They've done a good job here. It looks really great. This is definitely more like computer aided design versus like
Sure.
hand drawn. But it's lovely. I don't think based on the description it is inspired by Princess Diana, the woman, the human woman.
No, I don't either. And
I do just think
I think
this
actually-
is a Diana name that is a princess.
Still honor her.
I think they got the idea for Princess Diana, the human,
From this.
from the rabbit.
I do think so.
Yeah. She's named after the rabbit, probably.
I do think so.
And now it's a perfect day for me because I was between two different names and now I get them both.
Let's see Ridley
Because we're
Scott
doing
the
another,
Hedgehog.
yes?
Yeah,
do one
bring
more.
us
Can
one
we do
more.
one
Bring
more?
us one more.
Give me Chaz
Yes.
the Hedgehog.
1Z or 2.
Yeah, that's
1Z or 2.
great.
Wait.
3.
I'm feeling 2 energy, dude.
Got it.
2 if you can give it to me. But I had the 1Z when I was first thinking about it. Chaz. Chaz the Hedgehog.
Hold on.
Okay, that's
This
cool.
is not the one. I don't know why this is here, but this is coming straight to you. This is not the one we're doing.
Oh my God.
It's It's Quasimodo as a hedgehog
It's just Quasimodo as a hedgehog. Dude, this is
with a cigarette.
Yeah.
Dude.
Everybody's so good at art.
Jordan's having to like get closer to his screen to see
Oh
the coolness of Chaz.
My
Dude.
God, dude.
I just want to say before we move on, I love that in our text conversation, if you just like scroll up, it's like once a week, there's just a bunch of pictures of hedgehogs back and forth.
I'm torn right now between wanting to read you the likes and dislikes before you start to build this hedgehog.
Yeah, do that. That's good. That gives you
Because
kind of a
they're
North
just
Star.
two. First of
Is
all, Chaz the Hedgehog.
Before we go, is it 2 Z's?
It's 1 Z, unfortunately. I saw no
okay, that's
2
fine.
Zs.
That's what I saw originally.
I did not see any 2 Z's.
You got a chance, Chunkies.
This Chaz is 1 Z. Chaz the Hedgehog is 35 years old.
Okay.
well, that's me.
And in parentheses,
Just got his doctorate.
older than Ace. They wanted to make sure that whoever Ace is, Ace
Okay.
knows that
Okay.
Chaz is the older hedgehog. Here's what Chaz
Mhm.
likes: killing, mocking,
Yeah.
hurting
Yeah.
people, and making fun of his opponents, which I think is opponents.
Okay, yeah.
Here's what Chaz dislikes: losing, weak people,
Oh my.
Ace,
Same.
get him,
Okay. Because he's younger, because he's not 35
and
yet.
being
Sorry, Ace.
outmatched.
Same.
Honestly,
What?
you may begin.
I've got a lot in common with Chaz. This is
Go ahead,
crazy.
Doge. Yeah.
Prominent, the color scheme we're looking at is red and black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red
Good
and
job.
black is a design motif that I think is
I'll give
happening
that to
here.
you. Chaz, dude. Big hands. I know Sonic has big hands for his size.
Yeah.
Because normally, if you've ever seen a hedgehog in real life, you're like, wow, his hands are much smaller.
Wow. He's little hands and he's very slow.
Big hands. Big hands. Okay. There's a weapon here, isn't there, Doge?
There's
there has
gotta
to
be. There has
Because
to
he's
be a
a
weapon.
freaking fighter, dude.
Because he
But I
loves
also-
killing.
He loves killing, but maybe is he just killing with those big hands? Did I at the same time as I was mentioning costume, was I also mentioning weapon, dude?
Chaz? Maybe
Is
Chaz
Chaz
would
the
never.
weapon? That's the question.
Maybe
you have to
Chaz
ask.
would never let a weapon experience the visceral joy of extinguishing the spark from something. He has to do it with his
Specifically,
hands.
it seems like.
Of Ace, the stupid under 35 hedgehog that he hates.
I've seen Ace mentioned a couple times. I wonder if
Sunglasses.
Ace is like a famous OC or if Ace is a Sonic character like in canon.
Cannot
know.
see his eyes. Cannot
think
see his eyes
sunglasses?
because of something.
Sure.
Sunglasses, perhaps.
I think he does have a weapon, and I don't know if I think it might be like a medieval flail, like a handle
I
with a
don't think
chain and
so.
a spiky ball.
Ooh.
Flames on his tennis shoes. Obviously, I think we can all agree.
He's kicking in the photo. It is an action shot.
He's
We're
kicking something.
which is risky because it's not something we've seen yet. I think he's a little bigger. I think he's a little heavier than most Sonics that we would see. Not a slender man.
Like muscle.
I think muscly or just a little bit bigger. Like not like a Bebop Rocksteady situation, but
Yeah.
heavier. He feels heavy.
Denim. There's denim in this picture.
Leather. Actually, I'm gonna
Okay.
leather your denim here. And I think that's all I'll say. Actually, a little bit of facial hair. He's 35. I think we tried to make him look 35. Some
Is it
kind of
goatee?
facial hair.
Yeah.
Even though like I'm sure all of Sonic's face is hair. You know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah.
clearly like extra facial hair.
Sure.
And then I'm done. I'm very excited.
Sideburns.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Doge, I'm giving you 1 point of credit, technically a half point of credit, but I'm rounding it up to 1. For the color scheme being red and black, it is black primarily, and only
Okay.
really. Carter, once again, sweeping the entirety of Tim Allen Presents Wild Hogs. I'm giving you a grand total of 2 points of credit, which is 1 full point and 2 half points together because leather takes it
Ooh,
for sure.
we got it.
There are sunglasses that do not block the entirety of the eyes, but sunglasses was a great pull, so I'm going to give you half credit for that. And then
Thank you.
I wouldn't say the hands are abnormally big for a Sonic character, but they are big, and I do think the message being presented by the hands are that these are the weapons. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's Chaz.
Ace is going to catch these.
Here's Chaz the Hedgehog. Whoa. It's sort of like if Sephiroth from Final Fantasy was a Molgoth.
was Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Dude, leather definitely got
It's
me that
leather
one.
for sure. It's leather all the way down.
He has a
What is
long
he-
cat. He has a long cat tail.
Yes, I do
Yeah,
actually think that this
dude.
hedgehog may be a cat based on the ears.
Shirtless, bro. And kind of wearing a Neo from Matrix kind of looking.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
trench coat
Jacket.
with no shirt
Are
underneath.
there spikes?
Ooh, I see
there
those
are spikes on those
spikes.
boots.
The spikes must be why Jordan leaned into his screen.
Actually, the thing that made me lean in the most was the gloves. I was really caught off guard by like the
Yeah.
He
aggression
does
of
not
those
wanna
gloves.
Hey,
This
this,
guy-
is a,
those-
this is a very nice drawing,
Yeah,
by the way.
no, it looks good.
This is really well done.
Those gloves tell me those are the gloves of someone who does not like to be overpowered.
Dude, I want to be so clear.
That I can tell you.
From the worst drawings to the best drawings, Tim Allen Presents Wild Hogs is a love story to these hedgehog OCs. These are
This
labors
is a
of love.
very good drawing. Yeah, this
Of
is
course
really
they are.
well done. Look
God,
at the
that's a good
shading.
game.
Like this is
I'm
very
addicted.
well done.
I'm addicted. I love this game so much.
There's a lot of power. And yeah, Carter, you really tapped
Yeah.
into the like waveform of the Sonic OC
It happened
creators.
today.
Yeah, you really got
It
in
happened today.
there.
Mhm.
You jacked into the
A
Matrix.
doctor of hedgehogs.
That's me.
Carter, you got something to sort of bring us home today? Something to wrap
I
us
got
up?
one. Dude, let's wrap up here and let's do a touch of shopping here. We're going to head into the
Good.
auction arena and we're going to do prop shoppers. It's something that we introduced very recently. Remember, boys, we're working with pounds here. This
Yeah,
is
you-
the
maybe you are.
currency up in the home of Princess Diana the Rabbit. And so I'm going to name some props that are for sale. If you want to go look at, you do not, the two of you do not, but it's super fun to navigate moviepropwarehouse.com. There was a time in my life when I made money off of flipping cards. And one of the other things that I thought about was getting into props and flipping that, because you could just eBay that stuff.
Yeah.
And as long as you have some kind of certification of authenticity, people love that kind of thing. But
Sure.
Movie Prop Warehouse was founded in 2009, UK company based in Northeast England, an area rich in film history.
An area rich in film history.
All right, here's our first one. Spy Kids 2, the 2002 classic. I have for you today on the auction block a gold coin from the island of Lost Dreams. It was the currency of the island of Lost Dreams, Spy Kids 2, a singular gold coin. How many pounds do you wager? And in this game, whoever gets closest, it's not the Price is Right here. We don't do that across the pond. It's just as close as you possibly can get.
Either of us go
singular
first?
coin. Either of you.
Should
It's
we do
fine.
this
I think over
the Jolf, where we don't listen to the other person's guess, so we can't use that to be like, oh, I was way off?
Maybe it sounds like you need that. Because I think
Okay.
I think maybe it might affect you, Jordan. Does it affect you, Doge?
No.
Wow.
It's fine. Yeah, let's mute it. We can do that.
Okay, I'll mute while you answer.
Okay. 27 pounds sterling. That's 35 US dollars.
Okay. I'm going to guess 60 pounds.
Okay. Jordan's guess was 60 pounds. Doge's guess was
Guessed.
Doge's guess was 27 pounds.
Oh, he's doing better this time.
We haven't been playing Prop Shoppers for very long. This is the closest we've ever been, though.
Sure,
And it's
good.
not going to get much closer because for 29 pounds,
Wow.
you
Very good.
could own an Island of Lost Dreams 2002 movie gold coin. Next I have for you.
Very good.
Currency again. That is the theme so far. From the TV show Breaking Bad, a prop $50 bill.
Interesting. So do you think it costs more or less for being fake?
Also, what a lame one, huh? What a lame one though, isn't it? Like if you love Breaking Bad, like why you could try to get, unless there's something I don't remember
If
from
a
seeing
fake,
this.
if a prop $50 bill
Yeah.
is worth more than $50, it should get to be the new $50 bill.
Well, I would say if a freshly printed, never used prop $50 bill is, but the whole point is that you're paying because of what it was from. You're not just
But
paying
you
to have a
never-
prop
you could-
$50 bill.
But you could never know. You could have a $50 bill in your wallet right now that was used for something amazing, and you never know.
Well, yeah, but
Dang, it's true.
not
though.
probably not as a prop and break. They can't use real money in shows.
Jordan, you will guess first.
Okay. I'm going to go with 78 pounds.
Thank you, sir.
43 pounds sterling.
Good Lord, man.
That's
39
$55 US.
pounds.
There you go.
39 pounds sterling. You've won again.
Dude,
Let's
39
do-
pounds sterling, that $50 bill, you could own it for $49.78.
Yeah.
It's
That's crazy.
it's just a $50 bill. That's what I'm saying. If it's a piece of green paper that is printed that says 50 on it and it costs $50, that's just a $50 bill.
Yeah, I mean, like the wands from Harry Potter aren't real wands. But you're still paying money for them.
Yeah, but they're not pretending to be money.
They did pretend.
You're
but
just
they pretended to be wands.
But you're trading $50 for a $50 bill. That is, it becomes, if it costs the same as what it's pretending to cost, it becomes real money. And I think that's unassailable.
I'm seeing now that
But
your hang
this
up
one-
is form factor more than anything else. I'm understanding that now.
It's like, hey, but this one, though, this was a Breaking Bad $50 bill.
It costs $50. It is worth
Yeah.
$50. It's money. It's real money now.
Now, there is something to be said for printing fake money with the intention of it being used in something that becomes popular enough so that its value becomes that of real money. Like
That's what I'm
doing
saying.
it on purpose.
Like you can hold a $50 bill that George Washington himself printed and a $50 bill that Vince Gilligan printed, and they're the same.
Vince
They
Gilligan is
cost
my
the
George
same
Washington,
to you.
if I'm being honest with you.
That's crazy.
Our final item up for auction. You've been wondering where this might have been living this whole time, and it's right here. This one's actually really fun. So we talked about joining our Discord recently because there's all sorts of things that you can join. I'm big into fantasy worlds in general, but my life is full of it. I'm going through the second season of House of the Dragon. I am playing D&D with my friends. I am what was my third one? Oh, Stormlight Archive. So I'm reading Words of Radiance. It's just everywhere. Here's what's fun. I present to you from the TV show Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And this is a spoiler to those of you that haven't watched it, but come on.
At this point.
Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister's arm. This is post-severing. So this is his prop.
Is the gold or this is skin?
This is skin recently bandaged. It's like fresh.
The nub, his nub.
Yes, when he's getting brought back. So it's like the nub arm with the bandage on it.
Wow. Okay.
Prop. Jaime Lannister's arm.
Gross.
Yuck.
Yep. Wow.
Okay. You want me to mute first?
Featuring latex skin and punched hair.
Gross.
Does you want me to mute first?
Yeah, I'll go. 219 pounds sterling.
Okay.
235 pounds.
Doge said 219 pounds. Jordan said 235 pounds.
Yes.
My friends, 2,999 pounds. Now listen, that makes sense to me. I don't know if I would have guessed almost 3,000 pounds because we have been all over the place with this.
That's $3,828.
I also wanted to do this to flex a little bit of like what the warehouse holds.
Sure.
It's not just a bunch of these tiny things that we can't bust 100 pounds. But like that was a pretty iconic moment in an iconic series. And so there it is.
That's wild because I feel like there's 50 props that would be cooler to have than that one from Game of Thrones.
So
this one is handmade though with the punched hair
fair.
and stuff like that. And there probably wasn't a bunch of extra Jaime arms. Like there was a bunch of Vince Gilligan $50 bills.
And it's like to his form, so it's had direct contact with the actor and all that good stuff. It's one thing to like hold something in Gladiator.
You could like
it's another thing to be like
smell it and kiss it. And
the only person buying that is
stuff.
like Planet Hollywood, I think.
Yeah.
Here's a fun thing now that I think we should add to prop shoppers. Let's imagine you're walking away from the warehouse with your winnings. Doge walks out first, coin and $50 bill from Breaking Bad. He's got the coin from Spy Kids 2. He's feeling really good about it. He only had to spend somewhere around 60 pounds. But Jordan walks out with Jaime Lannister's arm. I like to imagine perhaps he's fashioned it and makes it look like he just had his arm cut off to go show all of his Game of Thrones friends. But it's fun to see y'all walking out with those things. Doge can put them in his pocket, and Jordan can put his arm in its pocket. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know,
man.
Prop shoppers.
Wow.
Who knows?
Thanks for prop shoppers.
Nobody.
To end today's episode of Two Chunks and a Hunk, the first thing I want to do is remind you to listen to Imagine Dungeons, to share it with your friends, to rate and review it because it's so good. I'm in it. So, biased, but it's pretty awesome. Definitely make sure you check it out. We are so excited to share it with you. And there's so much good stuff coming. We just recorded the finale of season 1 and it's beautiful. I cannot wait for you to hear it. To end today's episode, I'd like for each of us to say our name and how much money you in real life would ever spend. Imagine your most perfect prop, the thing you would most want to own from anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to share what the prop is. It might not even exist. Just put yourself in a headspace where owning this thing is appealing to every aspect of your fandom.
I think it's more interesting if we do name the prop.
I don't know what mine would be.
Because I know immediately what mine is.
Sure, I'll come up with something.
That's fun.
But what is the max you would ever, in real life, not the most you could afford right now, but the most that you could stomach ever, assuming you're not so wealthy that money becomes no object? What's the most you could ever stomach forking over for a prop?
Oh, hang on. Because I'm there. Let me get in the other headspace of like I have to count my money headspace.
Yeah. He's like a $50 bill from Breaking Bad, the TV show.
Which is a real $50 bill now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great.
Mine was right away. I was like, yep, this is what I would want, and this is how much I would pay for it.
Sure. Okay, great. For Two Chunks and a Hunk, I'm Jordan, and out of respect for one of my fellow co-hosts, I won't specify exactly what I'm talking about, but there's a specific weapon in the Stormlight Archives that I would be willing to pay more money than a lot of other things for a life-size replica of that prop. And I think the most I would ever feel comfortable spending on a movie prop would be like, and I would feel ridiculous and I would be ashamed of it, but like $800 is like, I think the most I would ever be willing to fork over for something like that. And that even, it would have to be so perfect. So perfect would this thing have to be.
Hey, Jess, it's Doge. This is your sign. This episode's over. You just stop listening to it, turn it off. I would spend none of our money on anything, except groceries and the stuff we need to live. Now that she's gone, easy answer. Harrison Ford's hat from Indiana Jones, $1,500, easy. I would feel terrible. I would not feel great about it afterwards, but I think it would take very little convincing if somebody was like, hey, dude, George Lucas himself is selling this fedora from Indiana Jones, and he's asking $1,300 for it. I would try to show up with $1,500 cash.
That's amazing. I feel like it would be so outbid.
I just found out that I can buy my thing for $185.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
You could get a screen accurate Indiana Jones fedora for $56.
It's pretty sick.
$49. Guys, let's
all
commit right now to let's all commit right now to get fedoras and wear them.
No, I probably won't do that.
No, we're bringing them back. We're in charge of them now.
$1,500, huh?
If it's like this is the one Harrison Ford wore in Raiders.
No, I get it. Would you put it in a case? Would you like display case it, centerpiece on your table, like a special light installed to just shine on it at all times?
It'd be like display case like up here on top of my bookshelf probably.
Yeah.
Or just like nobody touch it. You have to kiss it when you come in,
right.
Kind of thing.
I am lost in this. This is nuts. Okay, so I found what this is, and it's not what I was willing to spend. But I was going to say, so Chelsea and I like to have art in our home, and we even got like old movie posters. We've got one of Bonnie and Clyde because they're from Oak Cliff, and so it was fun to have that in here, the Warren and Beatty thing. We got it framed nice, all that stuff. So I love leading into that too, and Chelsea loves that I love Silence of the Lambs. So in the movie, Hannibal does this really detailed charcoal drawing of Clarice holding the lamb.
Sure.
And I would love the original. I was willing to spend, I would spend like $2,000 on something like that. Art means a lot to us. Maybe I'd spend a little bit more if I got there and I was like, they were able to legitimize it. I'm like, okay, well, you know, what are the chances that we'll have an emergency in the next 2 years or so? Maybe not. Let's just be safe.
Sure.
And take that money out of the emergency fund and just buy this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do something like that. So Julian's auction, they call it auction for the stars. A lot of times if you hear some big auctioned item online that was like, this sold for blank, like $1 million. It's like always Julian's. So Julian's had this and sold it.
Mm-hmm.
And it sold for over $44,000.
Wow, dude.
Whoa.
Holy moly. Julian's auction house to the stars. It sold. It was the original. And so I knew about this. Paula Payne is the artist. And she had several iterations that she went through. And this is the one that they used for the movie. She wrote on the back to like notate like they were going to use that as the prop that Hopkins uses. But Lord have mercy, dude. I did not know it would be that expensive.
That's pretty crazy.
I thought I was trying to get like something niche out of the movie. You know, I've also looked into like the Bon Appetit copy that was in the background when he's eating person. But
yeah.
Anyways, why am I mad? I never thought I would get this.
Now I
so
can't.
unattainable.
Why are they keeping this from me?
Well, to be fair, mine's from a book, so mine doesn't actually exist to buy. I would have to buy a replica.
Chaz would not stand for this, bro.
Chaz would never let this
totally
happen.
relate to Chaz.
Chaz would get those hands
I've been
swinging,
outplayed.
dude.
Yeah, he would.
Be like Chaz.
They're gonna catch Chaz's hands, dude.
Better catch these hands.
Actually, be Don't be like Chaz. Chaz likes to hurt people. Don't do that. But
yeah,
be like
don't
Ace.
Be like Ace. Be a victim of Chaz.
Be like Ace, younger and less powerful
Be
than
a perpetual
Chaz.
victim of Chaz.